Hi, and welcome to Boat Life Balance with Captain Ned. So, the last couple of chats were about the four pillars of boating. And I guess what I'd like to talk to you now about is the third pillar, and that is ease of use. So, we started out, like, as you remember, we talked about lifestyle expectation, area of operation, and then we're going to go through ease of use. Now, ease of use is how easy is the boat to use? It's so important because you're going to want to use the boat as often as you can. And I often say to people when I'm instructing, if the boat's not easy to use, whether it's a conscious or subconscious decision, you'll deprioritize your use of the vessel. And this is usually a pretty major outlay, and you make this outlay on nothing more than lifestyle expectation. And it's quite a personal thing, a boat. It really is. It's there to deliver you lifestyle. If it's not delivering that, it really start to feel like a hole in the water you throw money into, and I don't want that for you. So ease of use is a number of things. Now, if your vision is to just go down, walk down the marina, maybe undo one or two clips or whatever, and open up the glass door or open up your canopies and quick engine check, keys in the ignition, do your pre-start checks, keys in the ignition, start the engine, and drop some lines and get out and go, and then come back, park the boat, lock it up, and then walk away and have other people do the things that need to be done to your boat to maintain it. And obviously that comes at a cost. So that's part of what your budgeting is going to be. So ease of use can be a lot of things to a lot of different people. Now, some people love a project and they like to have a boat that they can fix on, tinker around with, and buy new bits for, and all that sort of stuff. And they spend more time fiddling around with their boat than actually being out on their boat. Now, if that's something you want to do and that's what you're passionate about, then you should do that. It's not something you should have to do. Like if you've got a boat and you've not gone through the process of identifying all the issues with it, and then you just end up having to fix it and having to fix it and having to fix it on need to spends, not want to spends. If a restoration project is happening because you want to do it and you're going to give that boat the love it requires and it's special to you, and you want to spend that money. If you have to spend that money, it becomes a real pain and it limits your use because the boat isn't always ready to use, so the ease of use starts to go out the window. But if part of your vision of having a boat is tinkering around with it, washing it, pulling things out, putting things in, fixing things, stuff like that, and that's what makes you happy, then the ease of use is working. So ease of use is like if there's a whole palaver about getting to where you got to go, and then you got to do this and then do that, and then and we got and we haven't we didn't fuel up last time, so we got to go and fuel up now, and this whole it's like, let me talk to you about ease of use. When we were kids growing up in a little town called Malakuta, one thing that was hours of entertainment, and I look at it back now and go, well, maybe we should have just been helping more than, just watching the chaos unfurl. It was boat ramp. We've all seen the boat ramp videos. Can't get the boat off the trailer, can't back it in, getting stressed out. There's people in the line. They're waiting to get the next boat in, and then there's some folks yelling at the boat, yelling at the wife, yelling at the kids. People are yelling at him. It's and the boat comes off a bit askew, and then boat's coming back up the ramp, and it falls off the trail, and all this. Doesn't really look like ease of use to me. So, and that's the thing. It's also another thing that's going to limit your ease of use is, can I drive this? And am I anxious about driving this? Are you nervous about it? Are you feeling like it's all too much? Is people going to be watching me while I'm trying to get this thing in and out of the marina or on and off the trailer? Or they're the sort of limiting factors that you've got to be really honest with yourself about. Like, you weren't born driving a car. You can learn how to drive a boat, and you can be taught how to drive a boat. That's so important. My way of looking at it is you go and get the boat you want, and I will show you how to operate it. So the ease of use is not necessarily how exactly easy it is, but it's about, do you know what? It's not a bad afternoon. I might just pop down the boat for a couple of hours and, yeah, don't know if I'll go out, but I might just pop down the boat and, it's nice and comfortable. There's a few drinks on there for me, and I'll, maybe bring Bob and Jane and, do you want to go out on the boat, darling, and let's pop down? Yeah, let's do it. Let's just go down the boat. Everything's on there. It's ready to go. And then you get down there and you're like, Bob and Jane come down. And, let's just go for a quick spin. What do you reckon? All right, let's do it. That's ease of use. That's what I mean by ease of use. It's that ability just to it's just too easy to use the boat. And that's the thing. It's keep it simple. Keep it simple. So if you want all the blings and bells and whistles and Thunderbirds that go virtual things that up and flap and down, and so the more things you've got, the more stuff you can go wrong, right? So, but more things you've got, the more attention you need to pay to the maintenance and upkeep of those things so that you have the ease of use. It's that simple. So yeah, I'm being quite vague about all these pillars because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get you to ask questions of yourself. Break it down into those 4 things: area of operation, lifestyle expectation, ease of use, and budget, right? So getting to that right boat, wrong owner moment that I find myself in as a boating instructor so often, a lot of the time it's that ease of use. I'll give you a real world story. Guy got this awesome 27-foot boat. Started doing boating instruction with him. Went, this thing's not performing well. The dealer hadn't told him he could tune his engines to get more horsepower. So anyway, we took it to the engineers and we drove it there at 30 knots. We left there at 38 knots. We did a lot with getting it all tuned up, and that was great. So he got the boat and he started using it for a season. Do you know his biggest bugbear? His biggest bugbear with this boat was having to put the bloody covers on and off. Oh, Ned, by the time, I get back in and I've had a great day out there and we've been out all day and it's wonderful. And then I come in, I've got to put all these damn covers on and zips and clips and that just killed his experience of boating. And I said, why didn't you get the 35? Because that's just a glass door. You just have it open, door, done. Glass door at the back of the boat, open, done, in air-conditioned cabin, nice cockpit out the back. I said, without being silly, could you have stretched financially to 35? He said, yeah, of course. And I said, well, why'd you buy the 27? He went, well, I just thought, it's a little bit quicker, it's a little bit easier to use, and, it'll be easier to get around the marina and do all that sort of stuff. And it wasn't. And he just every time I said, how's the boat? He goes, everything's great except having to put those bloody covers on and off again. Yeah, so that was the thing that just really took the edge off boating for him, and he recently sold it. He will come back to boating, but the thing is he'll be more informed. So it's often that I meet people after the fact, after they've bought the boat, and so that lack of that just that I've got to take those covers off and then put them back on at the end of the day was the thing that stopped him using the boat more often than he should have, or more often than he could have, or more often than he actually wanted to. So I know that seems a little bit, I'll sort of get over it, you're going to have to, but it's not. It really isn't. He's right. I'm sorry, but he's right. He needs to have that ease of use, and that's what is really important, because the lifestyle of boating in a marina setting starts at the gate. It starts at your marina. So I'll say to people, what do you do on a Sunday? Oh, we'll pop down to the local cafe and, we've got our favourite cafe and we have brunch and have a coffee and all that. And you're not doing that in the back of a boat because? That's what I mean about easy use. It doesn't have to be this whole ocean voyage, this whole palaver. It can be just going down there. If you've got the right equipment on board, you've got that, you're going to be down there on a Sunday, you're going to be meeting other people, you're going to be talking about the similar passion and interest about boats, you're going to be learning too, because you're going to be learning from people who had boats longer than you have. You're going to be in that environment. So ease of use is about, geez, I'm walking through this marina gate fairly regularly. This is pretty good. This is returning me my lifestyle expectation. So there's no return on investment in boats, but there is an ROL, return on lifestyle. Anyway, that's been another 10 minutes of your valuable time. So I hope you're enjoying these sessions with us. Look, like, subscribe and share, please. I'd really like to hear from you. Drop some comments down below and give me some ideas on what you'd really like to cover with your birding journey and what you'd really like to know. I don't know everything. I often say to people, if you ever get on a boat with a captain who says he knows everything there is to know about boats, please get off that boat. It's a learning process. What comes naturally to me is stuff that I can teach you, and then if I can't teach you and I don't know it, I also know how to access that information quite readily and can point you in the right direction to get the information you require. All right, happy boating. Bye for now. I'll see you soon.